Salut. On today's episode on civic education, we are going to be discussing nationalism. Remember, in our last episode, we discussed about rights of citizens. So let's dive into it. Nationalism is a strong feeling of national consciousness and love for one's country to handle its own affair, devoid of foreign control and domination. It can also be defined as a sense of belonging among people who have had the same history. They work together to control their environment and defend their interests against other forces. Nationalism gave birth to many things. For the sake of this video, I'm going to divide them into three segments. Number one, national consciousness. Number two, national integrity. Number three, national unity. National consciousness. National consciousness in this context means that the love of a nation supersedes the personal interest of every citizen. That is, in any of their engagement, in any of their doings, they put the nation's interest first. The love of their nation supersedes every other thing they engage or participate in. Secondly, which is national integrity, which is very important in a country like ours with different ethnics and tribes. That is, regardless of your ethnics, regardless of your tribe, regardless of your religions, you completely adhere to moral principles and standard. That is, regardless of any ethnic rules, culture, which does not support nationalism, you eradicate them for the supreme love of your nation. That is very important because there are some, categories, there are some principles, there are some norms and tradition that is against nationalism, that is unanimous love for a nation. So with national integrity, this means that you are going to put the interest of your nation above every of these custom and tradition, which the last but not the least on this segment is national unity. Nationalism, nationalism, national unity under nationalism means the entire country, the entire nation will speak with one voice for and against any good or bad of a nation. That is, they are going to fight for the same cause, support the same cause, and defend the nation against any external factor, regardless of your age, your class, your whatever region, your ethnic. You are going to speak with one voice. That is very important, and that is a strength every nation will pray to have. So let's go to the next segment, which is factors that promote national consciousness. Number one on this list is respect for human rights. When the human right is being respected, regardless of your class, who you are, whether you are rich or poor, it encourages what we call national consciousness, because people of the country, of the nations, will believe that regardless of your class, you belong to the same category of people. You are respected the same way. Your right is being catered for the same way. Secondly, which is pronouncement of justice in a fair manner. That is, irrespective of what you are, the situation of things, you will have to pronounce justice regardless of the threat that comes with it. You have to be bold and truthful with justice. Number three, which is citizenship education, just like we are doing now. Citizens should be educated about nationalism. They should know that we are all equal. That is, we are united by voice, by race, by color, by everything. That is, we have the same history. That is, we have the same tradition. That is, we belong to the same family. Citizens should be educated for the need of the love for our nation and people within our nation, regardless of their differences. Another one is tolerance. We should understand that as a citizen of this country, we belong to the same nation. We should tolerate ourselves because we come from different regions with different characters and behaviors. We are not expected to behave the same way. For this sake, we have to love ourselves regardless of our behaviors and culture and learn to tolerate ourselves. Another one is inter-tribal marriages. It is so, interesting that there are some tribes that do not support intertribe marriages. That should be eradicated, because the more we marry ourselves from different tribes, promotes unity and love among each ethnic group and tribes. The last but not the least is hospitality. This is in line with the spirit of humanity that I preach. That is, we have to learn how to, treat ourselves right, caring to each other, protect each other, regardless of where we find ourselves, who we are, what we are. If you like this video, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to follow. Thank you.